Hi everybody, my name is Diane and I'm going to walk you through a chair yoga class today. So chair yoga is just like regular yoga. The only thing is we will not be getting on the floor. So go ahead and get yourself a chair with no arms on it. Make sure your chair is nice and sturdy. You can either put it on a yoga mat or put it on carpeting. We don't want you to slide. You also will need to have a belt. If you don't have a strap or a belt, you can use a scarf if you want to use that, because we'll be using that towards the end of the class. And then the other thing we're going to use today is a block. If you don't have a block, you can take a towel or a blanket and roll it up, or you can put a phone book underneath. The reason why we use the block is because we want to have perfect alignment with our hips and with our knees. So sitting on your chair, get yourself nice and comfortable. Go ahead and fluff your pillows. I think everybody knows what their pillows are. You're going to put your right hand on your right knee, your left on your left. We will start this class by doing our three-part breath. So put your hands on your tummy, just below your ribs. You're going to take a nice big inhale in. You're going to expand that tummy out like a balloon. And then you're going to start inhaling in and bring your tummy in. Feel the breath coming up from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. This next time we're going to put our right hand on our tummy, our left hand above our heart. And again, taking a nice big breath in. Feel that beautiful breath coming up from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. In yoga, we inhale and exhale through our nose. And again, feeling that beautiful breath coming in from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. So continue with your breathing. Everybody has their own rhythm of breathing, so whatever works best for you. Continue with this breath coming in from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. And as you're sitting here doing your three-part breath, remember that yoga is not a sport. There's no competition in yoga, and we have no judgment against each other. Yoga is just a practice. And again, feeling that beautiful breath coming in from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. You will hear me say inhale and exhale a lot today in class. And you will also hear me say listen to your body. It is very important to listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, please do a modification of it or do not do it. And one more time, big beautiful breath in from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. Go ahead now and take your hands all the way out to the side. We're going to starfish our fingers. By starfishing means to open up your fingers as wide as you can. We're going to open and close the palms of our hands and shake them out real good. And then make some circles to the right and make some circles to the left. And go ahead and wiggle your hands around some more, opening and closing your fingers. This helps to pump the blood up to the heart area. And then drop your hands alongside of you. Let's rotate those shoulders back. And rotate them forward. And again, rotate those shoulders back and then forward. That helps to release the synovial fluid that's in your shoulders and lubricate that shoulder area. Let's take a big, beautiful breath up, inhaling up, look up to the sky, bringing your hands back down to heart center, exhaling out. And again, nice, big, beautiful breath up, shining your heart to the sun and the moon and bringing your hands back down, exhaling out and grounding yourself to the earth. And again, nice big beautiful breath up. And bringing your hands back down to heart center, exhaling out. Now you will hear me say a lot today in class that we're going to do an asana. An asana is a name or a posture of a yoga position. So the first asana we're going to do today is called cat-cow. So put your right hand on your right knee, your left on your left. You're going to arch your back to the back of the chair. So kind of visualize that you're a scary Halloween cat. You keep your gaze down to the floor. Your back is arched to the back of the chair. Now you're going to bend our elbows over the top of our thighs and bring your head up and take a nice big inhale up. And again, bring your back to the back of the chair. Gaze is down to the floor, so you're exhaling out. And again, bend those elbows over the top of the thighs, bringing yourself forward. Take a nice big inhale up. And again, visualize that you're a scary Halloween cat. You're arching your back up. And again, bring your arms over the top of your thighs, bending those elbows, taking a nice big inhale up. And again, bring yourself to the back of the chair, looking down towards the mat, exhaling out. Your arms should be perfectly straight, your head should be down to the floor. This next time we're going to bring ourselves forward and we're going to take lion's breath out. Everybody go, ha! Nice and loud. Pretend you're Lion King. And back again. Arch yourself to the back of the chair. Arms are perfectly straight, your head is down. And bring yourself forward over the top of the thighs. Lion's breath out. Everybody go, ha! And again, all the way back. Remember, this is a very fluid movement. If you're doing this on the floor, on the mat, you're on all fours and you have your back arched up like a scary Halloween cat. And again, bend those elbows, bring yourself over the top of your thighs, lion's breath out, everybody go, ha! Very nice, everybody. Sitting up nice and tall, let's rotate those shoulders back and rotate them forward again. We're going to do cat-cow again. This time that you're going to do it, arch your back. And when we come forward this time, we're going to visualize we're a flower opening up its petals. So bring your arms all the way out. Bring your hands behind you, and you're going to pulsate them back a little bit. You're like opening up the chest area. We say in yoga that you shine your heart to the sun and the moon. Bring the hands back down again. You're going to arch yourself again to the back of the chair, exhaling out. Now pull yourself forward and bloom open those beautiful flowers. Whatever flower you like, a rose or a carnation, whatever. And then pulsate your arms all the way back, opening up that chest area. Keep your head up to the sky. Don't keep your head down. And one more time, bring those hands all the way back to the knees, arching your back to the back of the chair. Keep your gaze down, pulling yourself forward over the top of your thighs. Take a nice big inhale up and bloom that flower out. And pulsate your arms all the way back and bring your head back. Very nice, class. Bring your hands back down. Put your right hand on your right knee, your left on your left. We're going to do some stretching for our neck area. So very lightly take your head over to your right shoulder. And then you're going to drop your head down to the right shoulder. And you're going to take your left hand out to the side. And take a couple of breaths. Take some inhales and exhales at your own pace. And go ahead and put that left hand back on your left knee, bringing your head back to neutral, which is front and center. You're going to float your head up to the sky, looking all the way up. And now you're going to open and close your mouth. This helps to relax the tension in your jaw areas. So just open and close your mouth a couple of times. And after you've done that for a few times, go ahead and close your mouth. And we're going to blink, blink, blink our eyes. So I know a lot of you here in Kings Point do a lot of card games and craft activities. So it's good to blink your eyes a couple of times during the day and bring some moisture into that eye socket area. Bringing your head back to neutral, front and center. You're going to rotate your head over to the left shoulder and then drop that head down. Bring your right hand all the way out to the side. Now you should feel a nice stretch along the right side of your neck. Take a couple of inhales and exhales. And bring that right hand back to the right knee. Bring your head back up to neutral. And again, you're going to float your head all the way up to the sky, inhaling up. And this time you're going to stick out your tongue and try to touch the top of your nose. This helps to strengthen the muscles in your neck area. And go ahead and put your tongue back in your mouth, and then you're going to give yourself a little neck brushing. So take the back of the palms of your hands and brush under your neck. Good. Put your hands back down. You're going to very gently now bring your chin down to your chest, turning your gaze down towards the mat or looking at your toes. And bringing your head back up, front and center, back to neutral. The next asana we're going to do is called thread the needle. So sitting up nice and tall, put your left hand on your left knee. You're going to float your right hand all the way up to the sky. When it gets to the top, you're going to turn the palm of the hand and look at it. So really reach, reach, reach out of that waist area. You're going to bring that right hand down underneath that left elbow and just slightly bend over the top of your knees. And again, take a nice big beautiful breath up as you float that right hand all the way up to the sky. Turn the palm of the hand and look at it. And bring that hand back down again. So the right hand is coming underneath that left elbow and you're slightly bringing yourself over the top of your knees. And one more time, big beautiful breath up. Inhaling up, turn the palm of the hand and look at it. Now this time that you're going to bring the hand down, you're going to bend yourself all the way over your knees. You're turning your gaze either down to the mat or the floor, or you can turn your head all the way to the right. Make sure that you're listening to your body. If your lower back is not liking this asana, if there's any irritation or discomfort in that lower back, it's not in your practice to do it today, please don't bend over as low. If you would like to challenge yourself, you can take that left hand to the back of the chair, or you can lay it gently on the lower part of your back. If it feels comfortable to leave it on the knee, then just leave it on your knee. Take a couple of inhales and exhales while you're here. We always try to match our breath with our movement in yoga. If you do have your hand to the back of the chair or the lower part of your back, bring it back to that left knee or that left thigh. You're going to push off of that thigh. You're going to very gently float that hand all the way up to the sky. You're going to take your left hand and float it up to the sky. You're going to lengthen out of your waist and reach, reach, reach as high as you can. Feel that nice stretch on either side of your ribs. Good. Bring your hands back down alongside of the chair. You're going to rotate those shoulders back and rotate them forward again. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to do thread the needle now to the left. So put your right hand on your right knee. You're going to float that left hand all the way up to the sky. Turn the palm of the hand and look at it. Taking a nice big inhale up. Go ahead and place that left hand now underneath the right elbow and bring yourself halfway down over the top of your thighs or your knees. Exhaling back out. And again, big beautiful breath up as you float that left hand up to the sky. Turn the palm of the hand and look at it. And again, bring that hand all the way down underneath that right elbow, turning your gaze down to the floor. And one more time, big beautiful breath up. And turn the palm of the hand and look at it. And this time we're going to bend all the way over the top of our thighs, bringing that left hand underneath the right. This asana is called thread the needle. When you do this in a yoga class on the mat, when you're on all fours, you actually have the side of your shoulders and your face on the mat, and your hips are in the air, but we're doing a modification of this. This is called thread the needle. Either your gaze can be down to the floor, or you can slightly turn your head to the right, whatever feels good for your neck today. Take that right hand behind you if you want to challenge yourself, the lower part of the chair, or you can gently lay that hand on the lower part of your back. But if it feels comfortable to leave it on the knee, leave it on the knee. I just gave you 3 options, so whatever feels good for your body today. Keep your gaze down to the floor or to the right, and continue with your inhales and your exhales. This is a great opener for the chest area. Again, this asana is called thread the needle. If you do have your hand to the back of the chair or the lower part of your back, go ahead and bring it back to that right thigh or that right knee. You're going to push off that thigh or that knee and bring your hands all the way up to the top again. Take a nice big inhale up. And bringing your head back to neutral, front and center, bring that right hand up, and you're going to reach, 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 reach to the sky as much as you can and lengthen out of that waist area. Get a nice stretch. Bring your hands down and give yourself a nice hug. And you're going to very gently turn your body to the right. Hold it there a couple of times. You should feel a nice stretch across your trapeze muscles from your right to your left shoulder. Coming back to neutral, front and center. Take a nice big inhale up. As you turn to the left, exhaling back out. And feel that nice stretch across your trapeze muscles from your right to your left shoulder. Back to neutral. Go ahead and drop your hands alongside of you. You're going to rotate those shoulders back and rotate them forward a little bit. Go ahead and scoot yourself up on the chair a little bit. You can kick the block underneath your chair if you would like. We're going to bring our feet out to the side of the chair a little bit. We're going to try and open up our hip area. So what we're going to do is called hip hinging or hip rotation. So I want you to poke around for your hips. I promise you they're there someplace. Just keep on poking. We're going to rotate the pelvic area forward. This is called hip hinging. And then we're going to rotate our body around to the right and to the left. Now you can go as low as you want, just depending if your lower back likes this or not. If you have vertigo or you're getting dizzy, please stop. Remember what I told you to listen to your body. It's very important. So just get this rotation going. This is very good when we get to this season in our life because we get very stiff in the hips area. So this is a good thing to do. You can do this sitting and you can also do this standing. Coming back to neutral. Let's take a nice big inhale up and sigh it out. And another nice big inhale up and sigh it out. And another nice big inhale up and sigh it out. Go ahead and feel for those hip bones again. I promise you they're there. You're going to rotate that pelvic area forward. That's your hip hinging. Don't let your knees cave in. Keep those knees out as much as you can. Now we're going to rotate over to the left. So the beauty with yoga is that we always exercise, or we always practice the right and the left side of our body. It's the yin and the yang in your body that you are working. So we have perfect balance. Keep on rotating yourself around as much as you can. Only go as low as your lower back will allow you. And if you can't bend over too low this time, don't worry about it. Next week you probably can do it, or the week after. And if you're getting dizzy or you have vertigo, please go ahead and stop. One more rotation around, and I will meet everybody front and center, back to neutral. Take a nice big inhale up and sigh it out. And another nice big inhale up and sigh it out. And one more time, big inhale up and sigh it out. Go ahead and walk your feet together, and let's walk our feet a little bit. So let's take a little walk around King's Point, everybody. Good. And let's go ahead and climb up that mountain. So hold on to the chair. I don't want anybody falling off. So pretend we're climbing up that mountain and going up those stairs. Very good, everybody. If you'd like to take a water break, go ahead and take a water break. It's very important, as you all know, to keep yourself hydrated. We're going to go ahead and stand up now. If you'd like to get on your tippy toes and walk around the chair, this is very good for the calf. Walk around the chair a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and bring our feet to second position. And we're going to micro bend our knees a little bit. So the same hip rotation you did on the floor, on the chair, you're going to do it here standing. So go ahead and start rotating those hips around. So when I'm doing this, I like to visualize when I was like 7 years old or 12 years old and I had the hula hoop. So pretend like you have your hula hoop and you're going round and round with your hula hoop. Make sure you keep those knees bent or micro bend them. And after you've gone a couple of times to the right, let's go ahead and rotate to the left. So this is very good for getting some flexibility and motion into that hip area. Good. Good. Standing nice and tall. We're going to stand in mountain pose. This is called mountain pose. With mountain pose, we're going to go ahead and lift our hands up to the sky, taking a nice big inhale up, coming back down to heart center, exhaling out. And again, big beautiful breath up. And hands back down to heart center, grounding yourself to the earth. And another great big inhale up to the sky, and hands back down to heart center. Bring yourself now to mountain pose. In yoga, we have what's called sun salutations, and sun salutations are done in all yoga classes to warm up the body and to pay homage to the sun and the moon. We're going to go ahead and do it standing. You can also do it sitting. So go ahead and float your hands up to the sky, inhaling up. Bringing your hands to heart center. You're going to start hip hinging forward, bending your knees. Bring your arms out to the side, and you're going to swan dive down to your forward fold. If it's not in your practice to bend all the way over, you can put a block in front of you and just bend as low as that block is. Either keep it on the high or keep it on the low, whatever feels good for you. If it's in your practice to hang like a rag doll, go ahead and hang like a rag doll. I will caution you, if you have any heart issues or eye issues, please keep your head above your heart. So just hang like a rag doll. You can also grab opposite elbows and swing yourself to the right and to the left if you want. And we have another asana in yoga called the gorilla pose, where you put your fingertips under your toes. Make sure you keep your knees bent to protect that lower back area. We're going to go ahead and do now what is called the half fold. So you're going to slide your hands in front of your shins, straight legs, flat back. This is called a half fold. Straight legs, half back. If you do have a mirror, you might want to look to the mirror and see that your back is nice and straight. Go ahead and bend your knees again, bringing your hands down to the mat or down to the floor. And then you're going to bring yourself up nice and slow, arms out to the side. So you should be pushing from your feet all the way up, bringing your hands back down to heart center. Let's try that one more time. Standing in mountain pose. So the language of yoga is Sanskrit, and mountain pose in Sanskrit is called Tadasana. So everybody want to say Tadasana? Very good. And again, let's float our hands up to the sky, inhaling up. Hands come back down to heart center, exhaling out. Start bending your knees. You're going to hip hinge forward. Bring your arms out to the side. Float yourself all the way down to the floor. Again, if it's not in your practice to bend over as far, use your block or use your blanket. Don't bend over as much. Any issues with the heart or with your eyes, keep your head above your heart. So you're hanging like a rag doll. Keep those knees bent to protect that lower back area. We're going to do our half fold, so slide your hands in front of your shins, stopping just below your knees. Straight legs, flat back. This is called a half fold. Bringing your hands all the way down to the mat or the floor. Push yourself up from your feet. Bring your arms out to the side and float your hands all the way up. Bringing your hands back down to heart center. So let's review something that's called rooting your feet or grounding your feet to the four corners of the mat. So standing nice and tall, you're going to pick up all 10 toes in the front. Put your little toe down, toes in between, big toe down. Picking up your right heel and putting it all the way down. Picking up your left heel and putting it all the way down. So really root your feet down to the mat or ground your feet. So when I say ground your feet or root your feet to the mat, this is what I mean by putting your feet to the four corners of the mat. Let's go ahead and do some stretching now. So standing nice and tall, we're going to go ahead and do what's called the half moon. So go ahead and float your hands all the way up to the sky. You're going to bring your pointer fingers up and the rest of your hands are clasped. This is called bringing your hands to temple. So our hands are in temple. We're going to do what's called the half moon. So take a nice big inhale up. You're going to float yourself over to the right, exhaling out. And coming back up again to neutral, front and center. Take a big inhale up. And float yourself over to the left, exhaling out. Feel a nice stretch on both sides of your ribs. Again, take a nice big inhale up. This time when we float ourselves over to the right, you're exhaling out and you're going to drop that right hand alongside of your right leg. You should feel the ribs opening up on the left side of your body, getting space between your ribs. Take a nice inhale and exhale while you're here. And again, floating your hands back up to temple. Take a nice big inhale up. Rotate your body over to the left. Exhaling out and dropping that left hand alongside of the left leg. Again, feeling the ribs opening up on the right side of your body, getting space between your ribs. If you're having any issues with your shoulders today, please keep your arms in front of you. So please listen to your body. And again, bringing yourself back up to temple, all the way up. Take a big inhale up. This time we're going to drop our hands and grab opposite elbows. Take a nice big inhale up. Rotate yourself over to the right again, exhaling out. And coming back up again, bring your hands to temple. Take a big inhale up to the sky. Get some oxygen into those lungs. Very nice, class. Drop your hands again, drop opposite elbows. Take a nice big inhale up. Rotate yourself over to the left. And again, feeling the space opening up with the ribs on the right side of your body. Coming back up again to neutral. Bring your hands to temple. This time you're going to take the right foot and put it in front of the left. So wiggle your toes a little bit. Remember I said about grounding your feet to the four corners of the mat or the ground? We're going to take a nice big inhale up and very gently rotate yourself to the right. So you have to really watch your balance with this. So make sure that you move those toes a little bit and get your balance. Coming back to neutral again. You're going to take that right foot, bring it to the side. Take the left foot now in front of the right. Take a big inhale up and rotate yourself over to the left as you exhale out. Coming back up to neutral, nice and slow. Bring your feet back together. Bring your hands alongside of you. You're going to rotate those shoulders back and rotate those shoulders forward. Very nice, class. In yoga, we have what's called Warrior 1, 2, and 3. Today, we're going to do Warrior 1. So the best way to get yourself perfect alignment is to get yourself behind your chair and make sure that your hips are facing the back of the chair. You're going to bring your right foot in front of you. You're going to slightly bend that right foot. Look down to make sure that you can still see your big toe. You don't want to go all the way over. You want to come back. So if you can't see that big toe, back a little bit. Your feet are almost like a railroad track. You're going to bring your hands up to Warrior One. So this is Warrior One that we're doing. Make sure the palms of the hands are facing each other. Take a couple of inhales and exhales. This is your Warrior One pose that we're doing. And we're going to drop our hands alongside of us. You're going to kick off of that left foot and you're going to bring your feet up to what we call chair. So with chair pose, your feet are like a number 11 in front of you. Make sure that the knees are in a straight line. Sometimes that right or that left knee you might want to pop out. Bring your hands together. Hold your chair. Bring your hands to heart center. And now we're going to do what's called the floating chair. So bring your arms all the way out to the side, all the way up. Take a nice big inhale up. Bringing your hands back down to heart center again. Float your hands alongside of you and hold your chair. So with your chair, it's like sitting in a chair. Your knees are bent and your glutes are sitting like you're sitting on a chair. Again, bring your hands to heart center. Float your hands around. This is called a floating chair that we're doing. And bringing your hands back down again to heart center. Float your hands alongside of you and hold your chair. You might start feeling a little bit of quivering up here in your quads, which is your thighs. Just means you haven't used that muscle for a while. And again, floating chair all the way up. Bringing your hands back down to heart center. And bring your hands in front of you and hold your chair. And one more time, the floating chair. Bring your hands all the way up. And bringing your hands back down to heart center. And bringing your hands in front of you. Good. Bring your hands to heart center again. Let's take a nice, big, beautiful breath up. And hands to heart center. And again, nice, big, beautiful breath up. And hands to heart center. And one more time, big, beautiful breath up. And hands to heart center. So remember when I said we always do everything on the right and the left in yoga? So we're going to do our Warrior One now to the left. So get yourself so your hips are lined up to the back of your chair. You want to make sure that we have perfect alignment. You're going to bring that left foot forward, the right foot behind you. You're almost like a railroad track. You're going to bend that left foot. Again, look down to see that you can still see your big toe. You're going to bring your arms up to Warrior One. Hold it there a second. The palms of the hands should be facing each other. Relax your shoulders down. Take a couple of inhales and take some exhales. This is your Warrior One. You're going to drop your hands alongside of you. You're going to kick off from that right foot. And you're going to bring yourself up to chair. Again, your chair is like a number 11. Make sure your knees are in a straight line. Make sure your feet are like a number 11. Make sure we have perfect alignment. You're sitting back in your chair. Float your hands up to the sky, inhaling up as we do our floating chair. Hands back down to heart center. Go to your chair pose, or asana. So years ago, they used to call this squat. If you remember Jack LaLanne or Jane Fonda. But in yoga, we call this the chair. Coming back down again. Bringing your arms in front of you and hold your chair. This is very good for your thighs or for your quads. Think of all the times that you get in and out of a chair or in and out of your car. It's good to keep these muscles nice and strong. Bring your hands back down to heart center again. Bring your hands in front of you and hold your chair. If you find that your thighs are kind of quivering a little bit, it means that you haven't used those muscles for a while. It's called muscle memory. And bring your hands back up again and back down to heart center. Very good. And one more time, hold your chair. And bringing your hands to heart center. And all the way up. And let's take another nice big inhale up. Exhaling back out. And one more time, big beautiful breath up, shining your heart to the sun and the moon. Exhaling back out, grounding yourself back down to the earth. Very good, class. So go ahead and get your block. We're going to do some balancing. And this balancing that we're going to do today is called the crane or the flamingo. So I'm sure you've all seen all the cranes around here in Kings Point standing on one leg. So that's what we're going to do today. So please hold on to the side of your chair if you need to. Remember, that's why we call it chair yoga. We don't want anybody to fall. You're going to put the block or the phone book or whatever you're using the long way of your right foot. You're going to get your arms ready to fly away like a crane or a flamingo. Now, I want you to start tucking in that core area. You can hold on to the chair if you'd like. You're going to very gently bring that right foot up. The toe is pointing down to the floor. Now, we're going to do what's called our dristi point or our focal point. So look at something up on the wall. That's your focal point or your dristi point. So keep your head up. When you feel secure enough, you can let go of that chair. If you don't feel secure enough, please hold on to the chair. So this is called your crane or your flamingo that we're doing. Take a couple of inhales and exhales and keep your gaze up at that focal point, either a clock or a picture or something on the wall in your home or on your patio. Good. Go ahead and bring that foot down again now. We're going to walk our legs out a little bit and we're going to go to the other side of the chair. We're going to do our crane or our flamingo on the left side now. So go ahead and put your left foot on top of the block. Get your arms ready to fly away. Like I said, you can be a crane or a flamingo. If we have any men out there, our men can be the Karate Kids today. And when you're ready, you're going to very gently raise that left foot up. Take the toe and point it down. Good. Look at that dristi point or that focal point. Now the key with this is to tuck in that core, which is your tummy, and keep your gaze up, so you're looking up. When you're ready to let go of the chair, let go of it. If you don't feel secure enough to let go of it, just hold on to the chair. That's why we call it chair yoga. And holding your flamingo or your crane. Very nice, everybody. Good. Go ahead and take your arms down. Go ahead and take your block now, and you can put it underneath your chair if you'd like. The next asana we're going to do is warrior number 3. So this is number 3. We won't do number 2 today, we'll do 3. So again, get to the side of your chair, or you can get to the back of the chair, wherever you feel secure. With warrior 3, we're going to go ahead and slightly bend that right foot a little bit. You're going to point that left foot behind you. You're going to bring one of your hands out in front of you, and then bring the other one out in front of you. Now this time our focal point is going to change. You're going to look at something down on the floor. Maybe it's your pet down there, your dog or your cat, or something that's on the floor, a rug or something. And then you're going to very gently start raising that left foot behind you. Now hold on to the chair if you need to. You're going to point that foot behind you, slightly keep that right leg bent. This is called warrior 3. You don't have to raise that foot any higher than hip level. Keep your gaze down at the floor. That's your dristi point or your focal point. This is your warrior 3. Hold it there. Please hold on to the chair if you need to. The palms of the hands should be facing each other. Take a couple of inhales and exhales while you're here. Good. Go ahead and walk your legs out. Let's do our warrior 3 on the other side now. So take the left foot in front of you. You're going to go ahead and slightly bend it. You're going to point that right foot behind you. Take one of your hands in front of you. Now you're going to change your focus so you're looking down towards the floor. This is your dristi point or your focal point. Very gently now you're going to raise that right foot off of the floor. It doesn't have to go any higher than hip level. In fact, keep it lower. It's better that way. Go ahead and point the toe and keep that leg as straight as you can. When you feel secure enough to bring your 2 hands in front of you, but if not, hold on to the chair. That's why we call it chair yoga. And keep your focus down. This takes a lot of concentration. This is your warrior 3 that we're doing. Hold it there. Good, very nice, class. Walk your feet out a little bit. We're going to go ahead now and sit down. Go ahead and grab some water, please, if you need it. And go ahead and get yourself a strap, or a scarf, or a belt, whatever you have handy. So we're going to go ahead and take our strap and place it underneath the bottom of our right foot. Bring the leg out straight in front of you, so your arm is straight and your leg is straight. You're going to point your toes towards me as much as you can, and then you're going to pull that foot back. You should feel a nice stretch under your hamstring. And again, point that foot as much as you can, and then bring that foot all the way back. So your arms are straight and your legs are straight. You should be feeling a pull under that hamstring. And one more time, point the toe forward and bring it back. This next time, we're going to bend our knee into our chest, so bend your elbows and bend your leg. Make sure that that left foot is planted firmly on the mat or on the floor. And bring it straight out. Arms are straight, legs are straight. And again, bring that right knee in. As you're doing this, you should be inhaling and exhaling. So you're exhaling out and inhaling as you bring it in. Bend the elbows, bend the knee. It doesn't have to go too high. Hip level is good enough. Please listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right in your practice today, please do not do it or do a modification. So continue just bending the knee in. Everybody do this at your own pace. You should feel a nice stretch under that hamstring. Bringing that knee to your chest and back out again. Arms are straight, legs are straight. And again, bringing in that knee, out again. Good. Go ahead and drop the strap on your lap. You're going to walk your legs out a little bit. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to bring that right knee up to your chest and point and flex those toes, and let's get some mobility into that ankle area. Sometimes we forget to do some motion with our ankle. Open and close your toes, fan them out a little bit. So just get some mobility into that ankle area. Now sitting up nice and tall, take a nice big inhale up. You're going to hold on to the knee with the right hand. You're going to bring your left hand all the way out to the side. Taking a nice big inhale up, you're going to bring your right hand out to the side. Everybody ready to count with me? We're going to do it for a count of 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Walk it out, everybody. Great. Take the strap now to the bottom of the left foot. Bring the left foot out in front of you. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Make sure that that right foot is planted firmly on the mat or on the floor. You're going to point that toe towards me as much as you can, and then bring it all the way back until you feel a nice stretch underneath that hamstring. And again, point the toe towards me as much as you can, and then pull it back again. And one more time. So we're pointing that toe as much as we can, and we also can feel a little stretch in that hamstring. This next time, you're bringing your knee up to your chest. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. Bring them out straight, straight arms and straight legs. And again, bend that knee into the chest, all the way up, and then all the way out again. And again, bend the knee to the chest, and all the way out again. Good. So you're inhaling and you're exhaling as you're doing this. Inhaling in, exhaling out, and inhaling in, and exhaling out. Remember, in yoga, we try to match our breath to our movements. Good. Go ahead and drop the strap and put it on your lap. You're going to walk your legs out a little bit, get that blood circulating in our legs a little bit. Good. Bring that left knee up. So in yoga, make sure that you always put your hand below your knee, or you can hold behind your thigh. We don't put anything on our knees in yoga. So hold below the knee or behind your thigh, whatever feels comfortable for your practice today. You're going to point and flex those toes and make some circles with them. Open and close the toes, stand them out a little bit. Let's get some mobility into that ankle area. Good. Make sure that that right foot is planted firmly on the floor, on the mat, sitting up nice and tall. You're going to hold on to that left knee with your left hand. You're going to bring your right hand all the way out to the side. Bring your left hand all the way out to the side. Are you ready to count with me, everybody? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Walk it out a little bit. You can put the strap underneath your chair if you'd like. Now we're going to do what's called in yoga our child's pose or our resting pose. So just bring your feet out a little bit to the side. We're going to bring ourselves over the top of our thighs. Bring your hands together and just take some inhales and exhales. When we do this in a yoga class on the mat, you're actually almost in a fetal position like a little baby. So the resting pose or the child's pose is a very acceptable pose to do. anytime during a yoga class just to rest. So just take a couple of inhales and exhales. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. The next asana that we're going to do now is called alternating spinal balance. When this is done in a yoga class on the mat, you actually put your opposite arm in front of you and your leg behind you. But we're going to do it sitting on the chair. So we're going to first take our right hand in front of us, our left leg out in front. And now we're going to do opposite. Left hand, right leg. Hold it a second. And right hand, left leg. And again, I think we're ready for the follies, everybody. Left hand, right leg, and right hand, left leg. So as you're doing this, as you bring your hand up, take a nice big inhale up. And as you bring it down, exhaling out. And right hand up, inhaling up, left leg up. And again, left hand up, right leg, inhaling up. And again, right hand, left leg. Don't forget to breathe, everybody. Now we're going to do a modification of this. So this time we're going to bring our right leg up. You're going to bend that left elbow and bring it down to the right knee a little bit. And then coming up, take a nice big inhale up. And again, right hand, left knee, bring the two knees and the elbows together. Hold it a second so your chin is to your chest and you're looking down. And again, left hand, right leg, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Make sure you're breathing. And again, big inhale up. We're going to take the right hand, left knee, chin to chest, bending down, exhaling out. And one more time, left hand, right leg, bend the elbow, bend the knee, chin to chest. Good, class. Go ahead and walk your legs out a little bit more. Good. Go ahead and take a nice big inhale up. And hands back down to heart center. And again, nice big inhale up. And hands to heart center. And one more time, big inhale up. And hands to heart center. Go ahead and hold on to either side of the chair. We're going to do our yoga bicycles. So just pretend we're bicycling around King's Point. So let's get those legs moving. You're going to start feeling this either in your core or you're going to feel it on top of your quads, which is your thighs. And bicycle a little bit more. Keep on going. The weather's beautiful. The sun is out. Keep on bicycling, everybody. Let's go down to our child's pose and take a nice little breather. Take some inhales and exhales. And again, sitting up nice and tall again. This time we're going to do what's called our yoga scissors. So we're going to go ahead and bring our knees up and open and close your legs, just like a scissor, everybody. Good. Again, you might feel this in your thighs, which is your quads, or you might feel it in your core. And let's go bicycle. There we go, everybody. Keep on bicycling. Good. And back down to child's pose. I think we're all going to be ready for Savasana pretty soon. So go ahead and drop your hands all the way down to the mat. If you have your block, you can put your hands on top of the block. This is to relieve the tension in your lower back area. Again, if you have any heart issues or eye issues, please keep your head above your heart. Take some inhales and exhales. You can shake your head up and down, yes and no, whatever feels good for your neck. Go ahead now and put your right hand on your right thigh. Your left on your left thigh. Bring yourself up nice and straight and strong. Bring your hands over the top of your head. Bring your legs out in front of you. Wiggle your hands, wiggle your knees. Everybody ready for Savasana? So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Get yourself your block. You're going to put your feet back on your block like we did at the beginning of the class. So Savasana is a resting pose that we do in yoga. And this is to take in the appreciation of your practice and to thank yourself for showing up and thank your body for cooperating. So as you're sitting on your chair, go ahead and fluff your pillows, everybody. We know what our pillows are. As you're sitting here in your chair, your hands can either be on top of your knees for grounding, or they can be up for receiving. Or you can do what's called a hand mudra, where you take your your pointer finger and your thumb together. This is called a hand mudra. This is a gesture of wisdom. You put your hands on top of your thighs, sitting up nice and tall. So as you're sitting here in your Savasana, this is a good time to take in the appreciation of your class. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. You can close your eyes when you're in Savasana, or you can turn your gaze down to the floor. So start relaxing your toes a little bit. Like I said before, fluff your pillows or get your sit bones nice and comfortable on the chair. You're going to melt your shoulders to the back of the chair. Go ahead and open and close your mouth a little bit to relax the tension in your jaws. And open and close your eyes and just blink them a couple of times. And then you're just going to sit here and relax. You can relax for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever's good for your practice today. So start taking some inhales and exhales. This is called Savasana. This is your resting pose. They do this at the end of every yoga class. Forget about what you did this morning. Don't worry about what you're going to do this afternoon. Just think about this present moment and know that you're doing something good for yourself today. And take a couple more inhales and exhales at your own pace. We have such busy lives, sometimes we don't take time for ourselves. It's a good time just to relax and enjoy the quietness and just listen to your own breath. Just relax. Feel that breath coming in from your tummy to your ribs, to your lungs, exhaling back out through your nose. Sometimes when I'm sitting in Savasana, I'll think about the beautiful ocean with the waves coming up, or just thinking about walking up a mountain or a nice pathway and looking at the trees, listening to the birds. This is a good time just to sit and just think about yourself and bring yourself into the present. Take some more inhales and exhales at your own pace. You're going to hear me ring some chimes in a little while, and that's just to kind of wake you up a little bit, so don't let it startle you. Just continue with your relaxation and with your breathing. Breathing is very, very important. So continue with your inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. I'm going to go ahead and ring the chimes now. In your own time, gently bring some movement back to your feet. Gently bring some movement back to your hand. You can circle your wrist. Rotate your shoulders a little bit. And very gently just open your eyes. Go ahead and very gently now float your hands up to the sky, inhaling up. Bringing your hands back down to heart center, exhaling out. And again, big beautiful breath up. Shining your heart to the sun and the moon. Exhaling back out, and we're grounding ourselves down to the earth. And one more time, big beautiful breath up. And hands to heart center. And as most of you know, at the end of my yoga classes, I like to read some words of inspiration to you. So this is what I would like to share with you today. Yoga teaches that when your body is balanced, your mind is balanced. When you feel good physically, you have more positive energy and fewer distractions. But to arrive at this point, you must slow down and enjoy the process. Let's go ahead and rub our hands together, creating some heat in the palms of our hands. Just gently bring your hands to your face, feeling that heat and that warmth that you created in class today. Float your hands back up to the sky and back around. And as most of you know, at the end of our yoga classes, there's a word that we say, and it's called Namaste, which means love and light in you, on is love and light in me. I thank you so much for showing up today. My beautiful yoganis, which is a woman, and my yogis, which are my handsome men. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Namaste.